$80 a barrel, hitting the highest level in 3 years. The prices have been rising for 7 consecutive days on the back of the energy crisis in Europe. This comes as the country faces an increase in the price of fuel, with members of parliament now questioning the Ministry of Energy and the Ministry of Petroleum. On the same as EPRA says, the National Treasury, the Ministry of Energy and Parliament are only the state agencies that can influence the price of fuel in the country.
Oil prices climbed above $80, which is more than 800 shillings a barrel on Tuesday, hitting their highest level in 3 years as the pound slumped. Brent crude, the international benchmark, rose to as much as 80.69 on the day, the most since October 2018. Analysts believe that oil prices will continue to rise amid surging demand and tight supplies. Investment bank Goldman Sachs said Brent could hit $90 per barrel by the end of the year, warning that rising input costs, higher gas prices and weaker growth were likely to weigh on the European corporate profit growth for 2021. Oil prices slumped at the start of the pandemic. In April last year, they fell below zero for the first time in history as lockdown wiped out demand while producers continued to pump crude from their wells. A dramatic surge in natural gas prices has also made oil a relatively cheaper alternative for power generation, which in turn has increased demand. This comes amidst the rising cost of fuel in the country, which has brought about a debate in the National Assembly, who summoned the Energy Petroleum Regulatory Authority. According to Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority Director General Daniel Kipto, the National Treasury, the Ministry of Energy and Parliament are the state agencies that can influence the price of fuel in the country. Kipto told senators that the regulator had no powers to reduce fuel prices since it tabulates the pricing using a formula approved by Parliament and the National Treasury. He added that EPRA did not subsidize fuel this month because the National Treasury did not approve use of Fuel Stabilization Fund, which it often taps to cushion consumers. On Tuesday, Kipto told the National Assembly Committee on Finance and National Planning that the Fuel Stabilization Fund had been used in the last 4 months. However, the last review on September 14, 2021 shows that resources from the fund were not utilized, leading to increase in kerosene, super petrol and diesel by 12.97 shillings, 7.54 shillings, and 7.94 shillings per litre respectively. Kipto said 8.7 billion from the fuel stabilization kitty had so far been spent on subsidizing fuel prices. When legislators questioned the taxes and levies on fuel, Kipto said the answers lied with the legislators, the National Treasury and the Ministry of Energy, who can set or revise the components of the fuel pricing formula. The National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi directed the Standing Committee on Finance and National Planning to table a report on the fuel prices increase by EPRA within 14 days. Now, this is due to its urgency and effects it has on Kenyans. The committee is also required to attach a draft bill to the report for any approval for publication proposing legislative intervention to the House. Brian Amwai, Look Up TV, Nairobi.